welcome, I'm Devil's Moped. This is episode 7 of my career mode with the mighty West Ham United. So after the disgraceful 5-1 hammering at the hands of Arsenal at home, I had the lads go and meet some of the supporters. We sat down with a group of supporters and fielded some questions, myself included. A big shout out to Mr. Band from UT. He asked some serious questions. You know, how do you feel Carlton Cole is now settling in? You know, why are you not playing Winston Reid? What's the role for Diarmi? How do you see the season progression? And what's your actual targets? Some serious questions that the fans wanted answered. We sat down, we answered them, and hopefully the community of West Ham will see that, you know, it means a lot to the lads. It means a lot to the lads that, you know, it actually does hurt to get hammered 5-1 by Arsenal. It wouldn't be too bad if it was away from home, but it was on our own doorstep, which makes it 100 times worse. Something that I personally find 100% not acceptable, and I will not tolerate it. And as you can see, I'm quandering over Collins or Tompkins coming out the side and giving Winston his opportunity. He put in some great performances in midweek in 2 reserve games, and he really is knocking on my door. So, first up, we have a hard away game at QPR. You know, the ground's quite compact, the fans are on top of you, and that can be quite intimidating. And it's going to be a tough game. Whichever way we look at it, it's going to be a tough game. And we've got to bounce back after that humiliating defeat, which, you know, is going to live long with the supporters, long with the fans, and long with the club, which is just not acceptable. So hopefully we can graciously put it right. And yes, the league table doesn't look very pretty. 15th position, 1 win, 3 draws, 2 losses, -5 goal difference and 6 points. Not 100% acceptable by any stretch of the imagination. As you can see, I left Winston Reid on the bench. It was a tough decision to do that, I must say. It was a very tough decision because I thought Collins and Tompkins had great seasons, but they were both bloody awful against Arsenal, quite frankly. But then again, all the lads against Arsenal were awful. The only one who showed humility was Jack Butland. And as you can see, 11 minutes gone, away from home. And would you, Adam and Eva, we're 1-0 down, which is just not good. We just can't seem to find our footing. But a long ball over the top is nicely cleared up, but look at this football. You know, this is the fundamentals of the game. The most important factors within the game is playing the ball around on the deck, and we're looking quite sweet. And would you, Adam and Eve, Diarmi hammers it! Go on, my son! 23rd minute equaliser, and Diarmi is proving to be an absolute sensation. Absolute sensation. I can't rave about this guy enough. He is fantastic in training. He is the first on the training pitch. He is the last off the training pitch. And he puts in 1,000% effort. He is absolutely fantastic. And we got away with it. In the 26th minute, we got away with it. But Jack Butland closed the area down. And the one thing I will say about this game is our defending was 100% better. Yes, they got in the 11th minute and scored. You know, that was just a lucky header in my eyes. But the boys overall were fantastic. As you saw there, Diarmi is just an absolute man mountain. He gets his foot in everywhere. Not only does he get his foot in, he creates chances. He scores goals. Look at this marauding run by Diarmi. He's fantastic. He is gracious. He is absolutely gracious. And that is a pinpoint ball. Do you know what? He is, at this moment in time, probably the best midfielder in the country. He is fantastic. The move doesn't come to much. I feel that was a free kick, but unfortunately the referee didn't agree with me as normal, and I will be serving my one game touchline ban in the next game, which is coming up shortly. I decided to make some changes. I took Diarmi off purely because he looked a little bit knackered, to be fair. But look at that ball from Gabs, a pinpoint ball to Andy Carroll, and he's going to score. Go on, my son! And he doesn't. And look at this. Look at this. He's taking the absolute George Michael out of us. We'll see who'll have the last word, my son. We'll see who'll have the last laugh. You wait. So the game finished 1-1. Am I disappointed? Not really. I think we outplayed them. We were just unfortunate. Carroll should have nailed the winner. But he didn't, unfortunately. And that led to a training ground bust up. I broke my cup. I spilt my tea. And surprisingly, it wasn't Andy Carroll who stayed behind. It was Carlton Cole. He wanted to put in some extra training because he wants to be in the starting 11. He wants to be playing first team football for West Ham because it means a great deal to him. He is a hammer through and through, and I praise the boy for doing that. And I'm not the sort of guy to cry over spilt milk whatsoever. I'm really not that sort of guy. You know, I'm all about the club, and it's nice to see Phillips is adjusting well to his arrival. Now, he hasn't put in the greatest performances as yet, but I think as soon as he settles in, he is going to be an absolute perler. So, time to make some changes. It's got to be done. We've got to make some changes. We've got to do something. You know, we're playing really, really good football. We're just not getting the actual luck at the moment, which is really frustrating. And yes, as you can see from that lineup, not only did I not put Winston Reid in, which again was a hard decision. You know, the boy is knocking on my door 24/7. He won't leave me alone. If he's not on Twitter asking, you know, come on boss, you know, he's outside my door constantly knocking away. Come on, let me have a go, let me have a crack, which is fantastic to see. But I did drop Andy Carroll. I'm sorry, but that miss against QPR is unforgivable. 100% unforgivable. And hopefully it will send a message to him. It will either work positively or it will work negatively, but I'm prepared to take that risk, and I'm also prepared to give Gabs an opportunity. You know, Carlton Cole, he put an extra train. He was the guy who came to me and said, I want extra train. I want to be in that first team week in, week out. So he is in the team. And against Southampton, which, as you all know, that's where Jack Collison is. So this is a bit of a needle match for me personally, not for the players, but for me personally, this is a needle match. And as you can see, we're not getting off to the greatest start ever. A little bit of poor defending, a little bit of luck, which is something we haven't had a lot of in the last few episodes, the last few weeks. We haven't had the greatest amount of luck. But again, look at this football. The fundamentals of our game is fantastic. We knock the ball around so well. It's fantastic. You know, teams often mistake us for Barcelona. We knock the ball around that well. And Diame is always at the centre of it. You know, he's always looking for the ball, always moving for the ball. If you just watch him at the top of the screen, look at his movement. Fantastic. He's just always after it. You know, he's trying to find space. The move doesn't come off, which is a great shame, but his constant movement, his constant energy, his constant willingness to receive the ball, to play the ball is fantastic. And we have an opportunity with a free kick. Who would take it? Who would hit a rocket launcher into the top corner? Or would we try our free kick, our silly run free kick? Will it work? Will it come off? Will we score the goal to take the lead? The ball's knocked to the left, hits a rocket, and the keeper saves it. That's just our luck, to be quite fair. That's just our luck. And we go off at half-time, 0-0. Yet another home game. I'm not looking forward to the end of the season because we're going to have a hell of a lot of away games, which is going to be quite a tough run. But, you know, we're playing some nice football. Some lax defending now, I feel, by the left back. But it's Potts, you know, he's a young lad. He deserves his opportunity. And would you believe it, Collison goes and scores. And then an absolute nothingness goal for me. He doesn't clear it. Davis comes in and slides it home. Why did he not clear that bloody ball? You know, if in doubt, stick it out. You know, fundamentals of football, grassroots football. If you're ever in doubt, stick that ball into row Z. He didn't. 2-0 loss. We're punished. Not impressed, not happy. So, when we get back, Tompkins' form worries Locke. Yes, it does. His form has dipped greatly in the last 2 or 3 games. You know, he's gone from playing really good football to, I don't know if it's lack of concentration, if he's got things on his mind, if he's just not up for it. But that was enough to send me over the edge and make the change. Winston Reid is going to start in the next game. Winston Reid is in the first team. And I'm not bringing back Carlton Cole. Not Carlton Cole, Andy Carroll. Sorry, Carlton Cole. I do apologise, mate. You're still in the first team. You're playing really, really well. It's Andy Carroll is not getting into the team. and we're going to make some very poignant changes. We need to dig out a result. We need a victory. We need to send the crowd home at the end of the game with excitement in their bellies, looking forward to the next game, not thinking, oh my God, do we turn up, we're going to get battered. I want the opposite. I want power, passion and pace. And that table definitely does not look good. It's not looking healthy. It's not looking rosy. I'm not going to dress it up for you. After 8 games, we have 1 win. We have 3 losses, but we do have 4 draws. So it's not all bad news. And I redeem Andy Carroll. In a last minute change, I redeem him. He came to my office. He bought me a new mug, which for me was enough to put him into the first team. And Carlton Cole did put in the extra work, and perhaps it does seem fractionally harsh to drop him, but Andy Carroll did buy me a brand new tea mug, which means a great deal to me. And we are entertaining QPR at home in a Capital One Cup. Now, we've got to get a result. We've got to dig out a result. And once again, look at the football, guys. Look at this football. We are just majestic. Possession doesn't win you games. What wins you games is goals. And that was a fantastic header. How the keeper saved it. And he saved the follow-up. And it hit the post. And that was Winston Reid. If he had scored, I would have expected him to come and celebrate straight in front of me. Luckily, he didn't. But we were just dominating them. Absolutely dominating QPR. They had what I would call a half chance. I mean, look at that. That's just nothing to worry about. I will admit, though, the defending was a little bit clueless. You know, he should have just let it run out. Why he collected the ball, I will never know. But there you go. Then Gabs picks the ball up and unleashes an absolute rocket in the 37th minute to give us a 1-0 lead. He's broken his duck. It means a great deal to him. It means a great deal to the fans and to the management. And again, just before half-time, fantastic build-up play from the back. Winston Reid actually came into the team and settled in really, really well. Now keep an eye out for Gabs. Gabs makes a fantastic run, turns his defender, and would you believe it, he does it again. In the 45th minute, he sticks the ball back in the top corner to make it 2-0. And he comes over to celebrate with me. And as you can see, I'm cool, calm, collected. And I'm not celebrating because there's still 45 minutes to go. 45 hard minutes to go. It's never over until the fat lady sings, and she hasn't sung yet. And in the second half, Diami again is just a man mounted. The clearance is a bit sloppy as one of the defenders gets in the way, and that allows them in. And that's when we're thinking they're going to score. But Butland steps up as an absolute legend and keeps the ball out. I mean, it's all QPR, and their greatest opportunity is complete. I don't know how he missed that, to be fair. I have no idea how he missed that. But I remember earlier on I said, who have the last laugh? It will be us, my son. It will be us. Look at this. An absolute sitter. And you missed it. That will teach you to laugh at Andy Carroll, my son. You'll never do that again. And we walk away with a 2-0 victory. I hope you enjoyed that, guys. I will catch you in the next episode.